All right, do you want to do a lighthearted one or?
Okay.
I don't know where you are.
Relationships.
Oh my God, are you gonna end up with a hotel?
I am a hotel, so I don't know.
So
how to, that's me. I end up with myself. I hope so.
you can end up with an ex-hotel. That's nasty.
Honestly, the ideology isn't like besides the misogynoir and the sexism and the fucking homophobia.
There's a lot of things here.
There's a lot of things. So I like to carve that out. It's like parts of the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with that. But the overall message that we were kings, we were. We were out. Like, we still are.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm glad this isn't part of the Hotep episode. If you're listening to this tidbit, you should go listen to the Hotep episode before this.
Oh, damn, you started recording?
But
that's fine. I'm stand firm in that.
I love to think we gotta realize we weren't all
we
kings.
were kings, and like we were, and
but we weren't all.
What you mean?
I was a jester. I know for a fact. I came from a long line of jesters. I would be busting that ass in the courtroom, making everybody laugh and shit. That was me. Y'all could be kings and queens. I was the comedic relief, and I know that in my heart.
I think the whole point is that, like, just don't forget who you were.
I was a jester, and I am living in my truth.
I guess what I'm getting at.
Yep.
Heard.
That was a joke.
I was. This is one of my things where there's the romantic side of me, right? There's there's only one person out there for me in life, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's the realistic side. There's about 100,000 ones out there for me.
No, I don't believe that.
Dog, there's 7 billion people on this earth.
I believe that.
I believe in soulmates.
I believe it 100%.
I believe in soulmates.
What do you believe?
I believe that there are a bunch of people you're compatible with. There is not just one.
Compatible, but soulmate is different.
I believe you got a lot of soulmates.
Yeah. It is statistically crazy to believe there is only one person on this planet.
That checks all your boxes?
Nobody checks all the boxes. That's
literally, yeah. Not even soulmates check all your boxes.
Nope.
Well, that's what I think of a soulmate is like, well, a romantic one. Definitely friend soulmates. Like, I have hella friend soulmates, but romantic?
So why don't you think it applies to romance?
I don't know.
Oh.
That standard is just higher for me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe I need to unpack that. But like, I really
because in my head, right, 7 billion people, like, who am I to think my one even speaks English?
I mean, that was a tidbit card. Do you believe in your soulmate? But you're still looking. So.
Oh.
Yeah, one of them was like, do you believe you've already met your soulmate?
Yeah.
We can just talk soulmates for a quick second.
You sure?
Because, I like to float. I like to be a floater. I like to float between those two ideology.
Okay.
I do think it's very romantic and nice to think there's only one person out there for me. And the person that I do end up with is my one person.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, there is too many people in this world, too many similar personalities, too many different things. I could find a black girl who used to be called Oreo, who grew up in the church, who is interested in creativity, and find about 1 million of them.
That was very specific.
It was so specific, but I can still find 1 million.
Especially when now that we're all on social media and we're all like hee hee ha ha, and now we had the same experience growing up. We had the same blankets and cups and plates and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so many of us have had the same experience. It only makes sense that a lot of us would turn out very similarly. So in that respect, like, I'm thinking, yeah, there's got to be at least a couple 100,000 people that I would date and I would be happy with.
And live a happy, good life. Yeah.
But I still am very not, like,
But a happy, excellent. Because, no. This is why I had to take myself out of solely thinking about just the one to really protect my own, like, peace of mind of being with a person. When I only believed in one, it was like, get with a person and then always imagine, shit, is there better?
Yeah.
Is this actually my one, or is there more out there for me?
And I think you have to take into account that, yeah, the person you might meet, and this is not for any of y'all out there who be trying to build a nigga based off like 2 missing blocks and 1 eyeball. Like, that's not what I'm about to say. But when you meet somebody and say, like, you know, I had the conversation with Hershey and I asked him, like, you know, I asked him something, and then he said, you know, I'm a very jealous person. And I was just like, oh, I had no idea. Like, you don't seem like you're that.
Shout out to my jealous guys.
Just kidding. It was weird.
Why are you jealous? What you jealous
Why
for?
jealous as fuck?
Why?
But, like, those are
Fucking that
things
nigga for?
This is valid because every day he goes and trains middle-aged women, and I'm like, why they bringing you food?
But you're joking, right?
Why they bringing you food? Why they feel so comfortable to bring you food? You don't ask me to bring you food.
Are you not joking? Or are you being serious?
I don't know.
I'm insane in my head, so it never comes out because I know how insane it is. But there's a legit, like,
Toxic.
And I think
I'll take that. That's
but I think that's valid though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way he said it to me is, I would have a problem if somebody else made you feel the way I make you feel.
Then we have problems. Then we got problems.
But I mean, that may be a problem for you, but for me, that's me going, like, because I believe that I'm not going to find the perfect person. I believe that all of us are flawed to an extent. You are going to do something that pisses me off, and I'm going to do some shit that pisses you off. So I'd rather work with you through those things instead of going, you're not a right fit for me. There are fundamental things that are not a right fit.
Okay.
Like, Honey Muffin. I thought that I could work with somebody who was not, you know, religious in the way that I was.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a fit for me.
Yeah.
Somebody who's poly, I found, is not a fit for me. Can I do that relationship? Yes. Will I be happy? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, those are things, like, very basic things where it's like, that's not a good fit. Somebody having, somebody feeling jealous but not treating you like they're jealous all the time.
Yeah.
That's doable. We can work with that. If you are treating me like I'm a cheating piece of shit when I didn't do anything to you because you're jealous, that's different.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that just, you know, to Thomas's point as well, like, when you kind of think that there's only that one person, you get so caught up in, like, I don't want to make a mistake and I don't want to waste my time and I got to find this person got to find me. And for me personally, that is stressful as fuck.
I think that should be effortless though. Like, when it happens, it happens. That's why I believe in soulmates.
Right.
Like, I do believe it's not.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. No, my mind was like spitfiring right now off of this topic. And I have to say these before I forget.
You are so excited. Okay.
Because what y'all had just said sparked the question of, first, is like emotional cheating a real thing?
Yes.
Emotional cheating versus physical cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one was love. Is it a choice or a feeling? And
It's a feeling.
It's both.
if I had to choose one, I'm choosing choice.
It's both.
Wow, we are all on different pages.
And
We're a gradient. Look at that.
Oh my god! And I typically choose the both, but if I had to choose one, that's where I get to the choice, and then that's what fuels
It
my
is a
soulmate
feeling.
thought process.
The stupid shit that you do when you're in love,
Right.
you have no control over that.
I agree.
I agree in a sense, but I think if your love is confined to just being a feeling, when shit gets rough, you will leave that relationship.
That's what I'm saying. I'm terrified.
Fair.
No,
But at least you- but at
I'm
least you
being
know.
honest. I'm
Yeah.
terrified that I won't be able to be in a long-term relationship. I would want one.
Right.
Like, I really don't want. There's nothing out here in the streets for me. Like, it's
I feel you.
really nothing.
Talk to me in a couple weeks. I'll figure it.
Listen,
It's like, I'm coming to these streets this year.
we fucking. But no, like, for me, there's nothing out here. So I would love that, you know, long term, been together for 5 years. 5 years. You know, I'm about to get a ring. You know, look, like, I would love that.
Right.
But I just don't think emotionally I'm capable of that right now.
And that's, I think, why there's so many different flavors of relationship too, because, you know, there are people who believe, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be in love when I'm in love, and when I'm not, I'm not, and I don't want you to hold that against me, and I want to be able to leave that relationship without leaving you in shambles. And there are people who operate like that. There are people who are like, I want to be one and done. I feel like that's every person we went to high school with. It's just like, I want to find my one person, settle down, and die with them.
I'm not in a rush to check some shit off a list before I'm a certain age.
I think that's valid because there's a lot of people who are in a check a box list and they end up being miserable.
Oh, 30, is that you?
See, I think...
Let me lose my fucking mind. What?
I'm pretty sure at this point I want to... The reason I picked choice, right? Is because it's a very strong thing to me to continue to choose to be with that person and choose to love them over and over and over again.
Right.
Like you said, there's not just like single days. There's going to be periods of time where you are disgusted by this person.
I would hope never to get to that point.
I agree with you, and I hope that, but I'm not trying to think of myself as too big for it to never happen.
Yeah.
When you
it does seem inevitable. Like if you're with somebody for the rest of your life, there's going to be something. And that even happens with friendships.
Right.
There's going to be at some point where you look at that person sideways and you're like, I don't fuck with you right now. But I'm choosing to treat you as somebody that I do fuck with 90% of the time. Right. I'm choosing to love you and treat you like you're not somebody off the street because I really want to beat your ass right now and I can't. And I'm choosing to continue to build with you and figure out why this is a thing and how to solve this. Because the person that I still fell in love with, maybe falling in love is my feeling side of it, is right there. Like, this is the person that I'm choosing over and over again. So, like, how do I get this back? I don't think this...
I get that, but I'm just speaking from my experience. Like, the reason why it's very dangerous for me to not get to that point is because I do think about leaving. Like, off jump. Like, as soon as I get annoyed, I'm just like, I could be annoyed by myself.
No, that's definitely valid. My first long-term relationship, he definitely, like, berated me one day because he's like, every time we have a problem, you want to leave. And I was like, I'm in college right now trying to build my future. Why the fuck would I stay with you when you causing me problems? Like, I think that's a very valid feeling is to go, like, if I have all this shit that I don't have control over, I have to have a job, okay? And if them niggas piss me off, I gotta show up until I can find another one. I gotta pay bills. I gotta deal with family members I don't fuck with.
Right.
I ain't gotta deal with you, though.
Don't have to.
You are removable.
Very.
It's a hard thing to get past. And I definitely had to get past that where I'm like, if I feel like this person is expendable, I need to look at myself and go like, why am I treating this person like they're expendable? Do I actually really not fuck with them or am I just mad?
Yeah, you
like,
okay, look, I'm just speaking from my perspective.
Hey, we spitting right now.
No, I'm just speaking. No, this is a tidbit. This is like a whole fucking episode. My thing with, like, to bring it full circle to the soulmates.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too, like, maybe I have a poor expectation on what a soulmate is. Like, I'm thinking in my mind, if it's my soulmate,
right,
they will challenge me in a way emotionally,
right,
where I don't even get to the point where I start seeing them as disposable. I'm just like, damn, I'm lucky to have you in my life.
But it depends on what that challenge is, because you have a soulmate and then you have that idea of a twin flame. Where everybody
ask about the twin flame.
Glorifies that twin flame relationship. At least that's what I've seen. It's like, oh, this is great. This is amazing. And
are you familiar with the twin flame, Thomas?
I know. Went straight to Google.
So for like what a twin, I felt like my first relationship was my twin flame.
Yeah.
And like I said, that relationship is so romanticized, but that is a person that challenges you every single day.
Yeah.
And if you can get, past that, if you can, love that person through it, if you have the patience, all for it. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
But there's a such thing as a false twin flame too.
I really felt like we had so much in common, a lot of our environment, our parents, like everything was so similar, and for us to come out so different was very interesting. But no, I still in my heart believe like he was that twin flame. But I can't have a relationship with a twin flame. That ain't it for me.
Twin flames can be very,
they can be very fucking toxic.
Very toxic because I mean, I just gave myself a 7.5 on the toxic scale. Do I really want to date a 7.5 motherfucker? Like, no, I don't. Like, I really don't want to be in that situation, but that's what I attract. Like,
but I will say, I mean, also my personal experience, but you know, after leaving that relationship and unexpectedly going into another relationship, that person loved me through all my toxic.
Never single. Twin, never single over here. Sorry.
First of all,
I'm sorry.
First of all, I'm out here trying to find my soulmate.
It's a compliment.
That was not no compliment. You salty bitch.
I'm complimenting you, queen.
Thank you.
Your soulmate.
You out here always wifed up. What you mean?
Anybody can be wifed up. Anybody can be. There's always dogs looking for bones, ma'am. I don't know what you mean.
You want to find your soulmate, then you find your soulmate, like, you know.
Okay, but yeah, so Honey Muffin, after he didn't have a name because he didn't make it with me until this podcast, but first nigga, that's what he gonna be called. First nigga,
Right.
kind of fucked me up mentally, and then Honey Muffin, that was somebody I felt like I was able to heal with. So a lot of the toxic shit that I was doing fell away because I was like, I don't have to be that person with this person. So I do think there's somebody who, even if you come to them as toxic and broken, because a lot of people. And this is the thing that I picked up with that relationship the most. A lot of people tell you like, oh, how can you expect somebody else to love you when you don't love yourself? That is bullshit.
Yeah.
Somebody will love you no matter what stage of life you're in.
They will.
If you are fucked up mentally and you fucked up emotionally, there is still somebody out there who will love you. And you do not have to get yourself together to receive love from that person.
Yeah.
But, you know, after I got, you know, better, I realized I was no longer compatible with that person.
Yeah.
I think a lot of our similarities were based off of my trauma self and my, you know, not okay self. And so that, you know, relationship fell apart.
Being the rescuer and not having to rescue you anymore.
Yeah. And that happened. So, you know, no hard feelings, things went the way that they went. But now that I'm with the person that I'm with now, I'm like, I think I'm healthy. And I think this, that.
Yeah. She thinks she met her soulmate.
But I think that every time because I'm a Pisces. I be thinking like, oh yeah, this the one. And then they not. And I'm like, what the how is you supposed to tell?
You know,
it's frustrating.
That's actually why I'd be scared to get into relationships. Actually, my fear of getting into relationships is more so of I would always be willing to try to make it work because of my belief of love being a choice.
In the definition, like if we go biblical, like the definition of love, I would always, you know, sometimes like the old mothers would be like, you know, take out love and put your significant other's name there. And if it's not them, if it doesn't make sense all the way through. So if I put like, you know, Hershey is patient, Hershey is kind, and I get down to the bottom and some shit and I'm like, maybe we gotta work on that. Or maybe it's time to leave.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was sitting there
You
like,
what?
I Hershey you.
No.
Wow, I Hershey this cake. Like
I Hershey the fuck out this kid. But no. So like I definitely have heard that growing up at the church. Like
Okay.
place love with the person's name and see if it's still accurate. If it is, they a good person or whatever the fuck.
Huh.
But when you look at those and I'm like, am I those things in this relationship? And if I'm not, I'm like, I think I gotta go. Because you're making me mad to the point where I can't be patient with you at all. At all?
I think that's valid.
I gotta go. Because you gonna turn me into a villain. And nobody needs that.
You can be stressed by yourself. I really don't want to be in a relationship that causes me stress. I got depression. I don't need extra. Like, don't bring your bullshit over here. So yes, I do believe in a soulmate.
Okay.
Have I believed I met one? I don't really know. I don't think so. Like.
True. That was the original. Have I met my soulmate? I'm gonna go with a no.
Yeah. They always say like, you know, which I'm in this category because I'm a bad bitch. But they always say that people generally end up with somebody that they've known like high school, middle school.
That's why I was just
school.
like, I'm gonna make it work.
So
with Charles.
when Hershey popped up, I was like,
With who?
oh no.
Charles. That's what we call him.
We're not talking on Charles anymore.
I was like,
Charles is a clown. Did you not hear Charles get red? Yes. But moves. Okay. But yeah. So
I didn't mean for
they
this.
say that happens often. Is that most people will backtrack to.
Yeah.
And I think that's purely based on nostalgia, honestly. But
And
That's
convenience.
just
Comfortability.
yeah.
too.
I'm just like, you are somebody I know who has lived my experience, who knows me, who knows me at my best and my most innocent. Like, yes, I choose you.
Yeah.
That's actually one reason I'm kind of dying to move.
You
Really?
gotta get out.
I believe
Maryland is small.
marrying
full of
within
force.
Maryland, or me finding my soulmate in the high school way, is literally what you said. If I stay in Maryland, if I don't stay in Maryland, I think I take away that ease, if you will.
Yeah, if you gonna turn into a Hallmark movie, you gonna come home for Christmas,
Fucking
and you're gonna have
reunion.
to DJ
The
at
20-year
at
reunion.
the Christmas Rockville tree reveal, and you're gonna run into an old friend from high school. Like, oh, DJ Sue, I didn't know you were in town. Yeah, I'm doing these turntables. Why don't you come over? My family misses you. And then you go help her raise her donkeys on her donkey farm. And,
In Maryland? Where is it?
it's a Hallmark movie, Sade.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Her husband
gonna-
gonna cheat on her at the time, and then she's gonna get an ex real quick,
Yeah.
and
You're gonna
then
help her go crabbing in the bay. Is that better?
Okay, yeah.
You're gonna help her with her Old Bay line of ice cream.
Like, I got you.
And then you guys are gonna hold hands when you go to reach for the one wooden mallet to smash the crab open. And you're gonna be like, and then you guys are gonna kiss.
And you're
Everything's
gonna
gonna taste
remember.
like Old Bay. It's gonna be so beautiful.
You're gonna remember this conversation.
Can we write a movie? Can we write a script? I think that was top tier.
That should be our December.
That needs to be
release.
on Netflix, honestly.
Fucking a cookie.
the crab and his lady or something.
The crab and his lady, yeah.
Sorry.
Crabs in a barrel. Hey.
Why can't I quit?
Well, I think this tidbit has been episode length.
22 minutes.
No,
Extended tidbit, short episodes.
an extended tidbit. Do soulmates, or do they exist? Have we found them? Very interesting conversation.
I found mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I've had a lot of them, honestly. Life's full of them.
I do want to get into like compatibility versus soulmate, but that's different. Because I think there's a big difference. I think you could be compatible with a bunch of people at a bunch of different times. But like a soulmate, that one's power.
Nah. We go now. Let's.
Different.
I'm sorry if y'all thought this episode was just about to end.
Feel that in
Nah,
your
let's
loins.
just run for the next 7 minutes, making the episode.
Okay.
Because
Hold on, let me put this timer on for 7 minutes
Okay.
because I'm gonna just get to talking a lot.
Because I do believe you can, if you're
yeah,
saying there are 7 billion people in this
Right.
world, hell yeah.
a lot of
A
compatibility.
lot of compatibility, a lot of sexual chemistry with a bunch
Right.
of different people. But your soulmate?
What does a soulmate
So-
do that's different than being compatible with somebody? Let me ask you that.
I also want to ask: have you strongly looked at anybody that's happily married and been like, "Y'all compatible, but y'all not soulmates"?
Yeah.
You a harsh one.
Every couple.
So I want
You said
your
every couple?
I want your definition of a soulmate though, because I feel like what Thomas and I are thinking of a soulmate and what you're thinking of, yours is very, very much elevated. So I want to know what
It's like-
is a soulmate more than somebody that you're extremely compatible with.
it has to be like a spiritual connection. Like I think a soulmate transcends the physical, sexual, even like emotional, but like spiritually, like we don't fuck, we make love. It's a different level of connection for me that I will put.
Have
on
you
a soulmate.
experienced that?
I thought I did.
Okay.
I thought I did for a brief little minute, brief little 5 months. But, you know,
Shit happens.
shit happens.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, that wasn't it.
Right.
But it's something close to that. Like, it's that without the pain,
Right.
you know? And it's that without the heartache. And I'll say this, even though he's a clown, that relationship was not bad. Like,
Right.
we did not argue. We did not get on each other's nerves. We had 1 week where I was like, you really pissing me the fuck off.
Right.
I don't want a boyfriend anymore. And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And we broke up.
Right.
You know, so that's how that happened. So I'm envisioning my soulmate has all those things, but there's no pain. Like, it doesn't have to be work. It's just easy and natural and just...
So let me ask, you're with your soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have an issue. What does that resolving that issue look like? Because it's, I mean, you're going to have some type of thing
Just
happen.
a conversation.
But, okay.
Yeah, I think it would just be a conversation. Like, I don't envision huge blowout arguments with my soulmate that I've had with some of my friends. Like, if that happens, I'm leaving. We're not doing that.
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand what you're considering a soulmate.
But like,
and it just sounds like a really, really phenomenal partner. Like somebody who is going through life with you,
Mm-hmm.
but also loving you in every capacity that they can.
That's
mentally,
why-
spiritually, physically, emotionally, just loving you and being the person that you can rely on when shit gets
A soulmate to me, yes, a soulmate to me is the person that is pouring the perfect amount back into me.
So you don't feel like a soulmate should have to learn how to pour into you? They should just come with that knowledge?
That's a great question.
yeah, these are.
Sorry, I hope you don't feel attacked. I'm just trying to understand.
That's a great question. I mean,
I was trying to figure out how to say these things without attacking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because you don't want to like.
I know.
What the fuck is this?
I know
But-
the expectation is high. I know the pedestal is there. It is probably going to cause me a lot of heartache and pain and singleness.
I don't
But no,
think
but
so.
now
I
that
don't
you're
think so.
breaking it down, like we're starting to understand where you're coming from. Like this is the ideal relationship. Whether you want to call it a soulmate or your perfect spouse or whatever, like this is what hopefully most people or all people are striving is to have somebody that it does not. We are going through life together and we are never against each other.
Yes, somebody that, like, being at odds with, like, we
Yeah.
can disagree, but it's never gonna be me against you.
Yeah, it's us versus all.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Because like, I keep replaying the idea of it not feeling like work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's an important distinction. Feeling like work.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same vein of like, if you love your job, it's not really a job kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, because every relationship takes work,
Yeah.
but I guess.
They're worth the work.
Yeah, me loving the work is the difference.
Like, it's
Or-
just effortless work. You know, that's what I'm like. You're not putting thought or energy into the work that's going into, you know, a marriage. I understand a marriage takes
right,
work.
but I'm hesitant to say effortless work.
Love is not effortless here.
He's acting like he's dying. Like,
And he's just being fucking nosy.
Yeah, I'm just hesitant to use effortless, but I don't know because I'm not.
so the reason why I use effortless is because I've been in situations where the love has been very effortless, and it was just a huge sigh of relief.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could find that consistently,
Right.
that's my soulmate. I think.
Right.
That's what I would hope.
And I'm glad that you're also open to soulmate looking different. With
Yeah.
the I think.
It,
at least.
it could look different. Like, I could be very wrong, but that's just the idea I've always had in my head.
Right.
And, you know, the duds that have come in my life, I'm just like, that's not it. Like, something way better is out there. I know there's something better
Right.
out there, and I can get that from one person. I don't have to get that from multiple people. I don't have to. I could. I'm open to it. But that's a possibility. Like, we could be open as open can be. But like, it doesn't have to be that way. It could
Right.
be a one and done. I'm like, that's why I tell y'all, if I get married, if I say yes to somebody, it's good.
Mhm.
It's a good relationship.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah.
Right.
And honestly gives a lot of peace of mind to the friends that really care about you, because
Yeah.
we've all seen some people shack up with some other people that are like, what the fuck are you
What
doing?
the fuck are you doing?
If you could have fucking married me bitch. Like,
If you
the
wanted
bar
to
was
just,
this low?
if you wanted to just fucking get married, like, fuck, I could have proposed ring pops are downstairs.
Right.
But I do, now that I understand, I do like your idea of a soulmate. I agree with Thomas as far as, like, wouldn't use the word effortlessly as somebody who's a serial long-term relationship person. It's never going to be effortless.
Yeah.
There's going to be some times where it is going to feel like work, but the ability to continuously learn a new person, to continuously learn how to love them, I think is something that makes it feel a lot less like work. When you find somebody's, and you feel like this with your friends, you find somebody's hobby and you get balls deep in there and you're like, oh yeah, let's get this, let's do this, let's do this.
I already got birthday plans lined up for some people.
Like, that's how I feel with my relationships. I'm just like, wow, you like this, and I'm getting to learn you and loving what you love. I might not be there, but I can, learn to love you in the way that, yes, when you talk about it, my eyes will not glaze over, I promise. Like, we'll go together. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing there.
Well, is there compromise in your soulmate?
And yours. Because I know you're not talking to me.
Do you remember?
Mine is yes.
Do you remember that Eartha Kitt interview where she's like, "Compromise for what? Compromise for what reason?" That's my internal voice right now. Like,
Because
a man comes in my life and I have to compromise. Stop.
I say yes.
I could be single.
But I say yes because I know that I am inherently selfish.
okay,
So I have to check that when I'm doing things and I'm going, okay, I'm just being a fucking brat. And I say this often to Hershey, and he's like, yes, you are. And because I need somebody to check me sometimes, not be malicious.
right.
But I know sometimes I get my feelings because I want to do what I want to do. And you can't do that when you're in a relationship. Now, I'm not saying you drop everything and all your whole personality for somebody that you're dating. That is married behavior. If you want to do that when you get married, that's your motherfucking business. As you're dating, you sound like a crazy, stupid bitch. But there are going to be some things that I'm like, okay, me going to the bar with your best friend, I would rather go to sleep that night. It's been a long ass week.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do that because that makes you happy and you asked me to do it.
Right.
So yes, I will be there. Like, there are some things that are going to be harder to compromise on than other things.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know I don't like leaving my house, so this is a medium compromise for me.
No.
But if you're making big compromises every single time, that's a problem.
Yeah.
There's no compatibility there. You should not be the only one compromising, and it should not be a big ass compromise every single fucking time.
But also, you be in a situation. I would like to be in a situation where it doesn't feel like a compromise. It's like, I actually do want to do this.
You earlier brought up someone or people being uncomfortable with your like weed usage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
so
Anti-cannabis bitches. Sorry.
I don't think it's wrong for someone to come into the relationship with you who has had their whole life experience with whatever the fuck weed, and they don't like it, and blah blah blah. Right? To be uncomfortable. I have friends who are uncomfortable with drugs.
We don't belong together.
And that's also fine for you to say.
Sorry.
That's also fine for you to say. But if that person were to, and the compromise would be, i.e., deal with it.
Yeah.
In this sense. But if they were to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a compromise for them that they would be willing to make, and that's not bad.
I would feel guilty.
It would make you feel guilty?
I do worry about that. I was like, like, smoking is no longer taboo, but it's definitely like, when I was dating, I definitely asked people, like, hey, do you smoke? Like, do you mind if I smoke before I go on this date? Because I'm really nervous. So, like,
there's probably a time in my life like, oh.
I also feel like it's a bit of a red flag. So, funny haha story. My first nigga, he smoked when I met him, and
and stopped all of a sudden.
I was the pristine child of God that I was at that time, and I was like, nope, because I was thinking like, I'm going into the military, I cannot have that stuff near me. Like, I have plans that if that gets near me and somebody finds out, it's gonna fuck my future up.
Yeah.
And so I said, no, this is a no go, and he stopped. And that should have been a red flag. But at the time, I was like, oh, that's so nice that he would stop doing this for me. Right. But people who are willing to, like, just drop shit that they've been doing or that adds value to their life quickly, it makes me go, like, why are you why are you morphing in this relationship?
Like
because
that,
I want you to be yourself.
That episode of Worst Roommate,
Yeah.
where he got the fucking tattoo
Mhm.
and plastic surgery.
Because he loved this girl, and she was like, "Oh, you're too old for me," and he just started doing
He got
young
like
nigga
a
shit.
facelift, and then she was like, "Oh, you look good with a tattoo." He got a tiger on his arm, like.
Wow.
Like,
That's
I
too
feel like
much.
those are things you just have to take into you have to watch. I won't
Yeah.
say every time it happens it's a red flag, but there are people, and I don't know that they
Right.
always know that they do this. I think first nigga didn't know that he was this type of person, but he would just morph into whatever made you happy because he wanted the validation. He wanted to make people feel comfortable. So it was a trauma response, but that was definitely something like, that's not normal. You need to look into that shit.
Because I'm thinking, there's two experiences I've personally had that I could like really think about. One, as a almost 30-year-old who still loves anime to this day.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing, but you definitely, I still run into women that
are just like, ew.
Why are you still watching cartoons?
Why you still right? The whole some of my women friends have definitely been like, they don't mess with dudes that play video games. So for me, who plans on having anime posters on my wall till the day I die, you know, it's gonna be a thing.
The posters on the wall are.
No, anime decor is gonna be in my house.
That's what this room will turn into.
Anime decor will be a thing, but like so
Scares me. It's too much.
It's a culture
for me.
Understand?
Yeah,
but it's you know, for us, to us, it's your music. It's your records.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, yeah.
But I have a room full of records.
Yes. So it's so them being so unwilling to see that this is an adult thing as well,
yes.
and it's, you know, to still have those preconceived notions is a red flag, and them being unwilling to even give it a try or understanding is more so the uncompromisable part for me.
That's something.
Or just leave me alone and let me enjoy my shit. You gotta be a part of this.
Yeah,
just don't trash me.
Yeah, you could have your own space to do that.
But I would love for you to partake. You know.
That's what, because here's the second part, right?
The art has to be fire. That's the only. It has to be
Jujutsu Kaisen. That shit was kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the second part. Like I like to test women by talking about road trips, right? Y'all know I drive to North Carolina in the drop of a dime. I've driven to Louisiana in one take. Like 20 hours, just stopping for gas, go. Like, I challenge myself, I go. I don't love road trips, but I want to do like a cross country road trip and like stop at different places. A lot of, not just women, but people hate being in the car that long. I'm not mad at that, but it would make me pause. It makes me pause every time when it's an automatic, nope, never happening, not gonna do it, you'll never catch me doing this. I just expressed to you that something makes me happy in my life that I would love to have that company with, and you said never in your life. That's a red flag to me.
We don't need to be together. Like,
compromises I'm not necessarily willing to make.
Yeah.
Not because they don't enjoy car rides, but because they had said no to something that, like, automatically it tells me they're not willing to compromise on certain things. There has to be some give and take.
you gotta be in a space to do it.
I can't really do the long ass car rides, but maybe like a train ride. I would do a cross country train ride. Like something that shows like I know you like this and I'm willing to try to figure out some way this can happen without being fucking miserable.
Right.
But you know, to your point, like every person I've been with has been pretty much a big anime fanatic and a gamer. Hershey's the first person I'm with who's not an avid gamer, and he dabbles in anime, but he ain't got the VRV or Crunchyroll account. And if he does and he's listening, my bad, I got it wrong. But he loves comics.
Right.
Loves it. We go to Third Eye like at least once a month. He goes more than that, but I will go with him, you know, sometimes. And I'm just in there looking at all this shit, and I'm just like,
don't understand the shit.
like when you feel so out of your element, like you just be standing there, and I'm just like, man, you need help? Okay. Just looking. Because there's just so many things. He'll pick up these comics. Like, my whole idea of comics was like DC and Marvel. And there's like all these other things. There's indie comics. And
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? But I go. And he did find one comic that I'm willing to read.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the second issue came out. I bought it for you. And I go, yay, thanks.
Yeah.
And so you take your little
Right.
piece in there and you operate inside that piece, and then you also make sure that they understand, like, hey, I can't really go outside this piece maybe one day, but this little corner, this sliver, this is where I operate right now because that's where I'm comfortable.
That's
Right.
how I feel about anime.
But these are literally the little
But you
compromises.
I
try,
do try.
and that makes
Right.
a big ass difference.
And I enjoy it. So it's like it doesn't feel like a compromise when I try. Because I do enjoy it sometimes.
If I get into a year in a relationship, y'all should ask that girl, has she ever touched a turntable? Because if she never touched a turntable in that year that I'm with her, I don't love that bitch.
I mean, like, do you like music?
But do you let people touch your turntable? Is that like foreplay? Or? I didn't even know that was a
like
thing.
that.
Yeah. You flip
Just
that
like-
right there. Flip it. Yeah. Flick it.
Slow down. Slow down.
Grab the
Slower.
wall. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Slow,
Looking like you about to take an ass from me.
I didn't mean for that to come out. Oh my god. What I'm saying is,
Speed it up.
Gas pedal.
what I'm saying is, one, yes, other people have used my turntables. It's not foreplay.
It's a whore.
I've never
What
touched
a
that.
nasty slut.
That's crazy. Tiff, have you touched his turntables?
Touch the mic. That sounds really bad.
It sounds
Sounds
terrible.
the worst.
You have to.
Don't get Hershey up here acting fucking crazy.
Literally talking about mics.
Military ass.
Microphones.
You're touching what?
Bro.
Keep it up, Tiffany.
If Hershey and Thomas ever had an issue, I would just go ahead and kill myself. I'm not ready to see what that's going to look like. I don't want to know. I'm just like, all right, where'd Tiffany go?
Like that's more
I'm
torture.
going. I'm going. I don't want to see that. I'm just going to be hurt. I'm like, guys, I have to be like that white Becky. Stop fighting! Guys, stop it! You guys love each other. Quit!
All up.
It's a rabbit hole.
The whole rabbit hole. All I'm saying is, if that, once again, a year she never touched the turntables,
Now
she
we know the
should.
secret question to ask.
What?
Have you touched his turntables?
Oh, you haven't? Oh, you're not gonna be
Oh
around
no,
for
I haven't seen it. Like, what do you mean? Like,
You a
oh no,
temporary.
girl, don't worry about it. I was just asking.
You just a current girl.
She hasn't been in my space enough that she's at least been.
You're not supposed to say that to that bitch face. We supposed to talk about it in private and laugh.
I'm honest.
We supposed to talk about it in private and laugh.
No, I'm gonna say it to her face.
Okay, well don't
Anyway.
don't bring your girl around her.
Finish your thought. Finish your train of thought.
But yeah, that would be her just being in my space, me being like, babe, let me show you something. You know, little stuff like that is like, like I'm not trying to turn her into the next DJ. I'm not trying to do all that. But she damn sure would know how to press play on this babe.
Yeah,
So did it.
she should be an intern. She should be intern level. She should be able to at least come here and set up our shit. She can't do that. She's not the one. Okay.
Yeah. That's wild.
Hilarious if that happens. But okay.
No, yeah, babe, you go set the session up.
Let it be wrong.
Yeah, girl, you ain't
How
gonna
long
be.
y'all been dating?
You're not gonna make it to Christmas, baby. I'm gonna just let you.
When's
know
your
that
birthday?
now. Don't plan on getting him no gifts.
You expecting a gift?
He's gonna break up with you before December, so don't even before November probably.
I see you wasn't paying attention when he showed you how to do this, huh?
Oh, how did you know he showed me?
Well, you in here touching the equipment, so I figured.
You weren't taking notes.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna meet you again.
Yeah,
Lord.
good luck to you. Good luck to you in your endeavors.
Take care.
You this one?
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Okay, wait. Okay. Let me ask one more. Unless there's other comments, let me ask one more final question.
We were just gonna go back and forth for another like 3 minutes. But go ahead.
What type of love do you envision yourself giving to your soulmate?
All of it.
The best.
All of it.
Aggressive.
All of it.
I am an aggressive lover. I don't think that's toxic.
Right.
But
Okay.
I can see how it could be like, I I used to border on the line of love bombing, but I stopped that
Interesting.
shit.
Okay.
I stopped that shit. But my version of love is also very intense. It's still intense,
Right.
But it's not like uncomfortable. You know, it's weird. Like, I spend all that time calling myself toxic, and I'm about to say I'm too kind to people.
Like, we didn't know that. We had like 4 episodes ago where we got in your ass about that.
Bruh.
It's okay though.
But that was another thing. Like, looking at my screenshots, I saw that one message where it was just like, "Am I worthy of your kindness?" And I was like, "That was a sign."
That made me want to pee myself.
But
That
I
was a
understand
sign. That was a sign because I am very like the love that I'm going to give my soulmate will be like anything.
Right.
Anything. Nothing. They would have never experienced what I got in store.
Right.
It's intense.
I feel like I've been just waiting for the right person that I can like smother with love.
Yeah.
Consensually. Because I remember, and I will never forget this, because first nigga was clearly my first nigga for a lot of things.
Right.
And it wasn't for his birthday or anything. I think he was having a hard time, and I put together like this gift basket for
I
him.
remember
Right.
that.
And he wasn't really supposed to come to the house ever.
Yeah.
But I told him I had something. I was like, you can come here and pick it up, but you gotta go. Because nobody's here. You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Right.
When he came in, he saw it sitting on the table, and I said, "That's for you." And he froze. And I was just like, oh my God, like, what's happening? Because I've never seen it. Like, I didn't know what to do.
Right.
And he, like, his eyes got watery, and I was like, this nigga about to cry. I didn't say it like that. I was just like, oh my gosh, he's getting sad. You know,
Right.
nice me.
Mm-hmm.
And he took it, and he was just like, thank you. Like, nobody's ever done this for me. And I just felt like so, like,
Yeah.
nobody thought enough of you to get you fucking soda and candy?
Right.
I mean, I coordinated. It was a beautiful gift basket. But it was just snacks and, you know, like, all the favorite things that he had told me he liked so far. I just put all in the same basket.
I did the same shit, but like hundreds of dollars worth of shit.
Right. Right.
Well, that, but I didn't have money because I don't work.
Right.
But, like, those kind of things, I'm like, it is second nature for me to give. I'm a giver, and I love. I do like to love people and make them feel, you know, special and like they're thought of.
Yeah.
Not just when it's their birthday or whatever the fuck, but anytime.
I like making people feel special.
And even after that, like, Honey Muffin, I told him, I was like, I have a lot of love to give. Like, I'm being chill right now. And he was just like, no, you're good. And so I was like, all right, you said it. And so it was probably a week later. He was like, wow, so this is it. And I was like, it's most of it. So, like, I know that the way that I love to love people, it can be very overwhelming, is what I've learned about myself so far. But that's my nature. So if somebody allows me to love them like what is second nature to me,
that's just aggressive love. We love the same way.
It's, I don't want to say it's aggressive.
It's like the way we pay attention to details about people, and
I had a whole file.
Just
on,
like
a lot of
hone in on that.
Yeah.
I mean, conversations that we had 10 years ago.
Right.
I'ma remember and bring it up and package it in a very thoughtful way and present it on your birthday or a random day.
Right.
To bring you to tears, you know. I'm gonna create the most beautiful playlist ever for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, just shit like that. Like, I'm going to pick up on things that you like and give it back to you. Like, I'm giving back to you the energy that I'm feeling at the moment. So, you know.
So that's the part when you say effortless, like, that's what I think. If it's effortless to love you,
It's
then I know.
exchange.
Yes. Look at you, Full Metal Alchemist. Probably maybe didn't know that, but you said it, so we proud of it. We proud of it.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's what I think. The version of love that I give to whoever I'm with is just boundless love. And so if that person can handle my boundless love and appreciate it and not take it for granted, then we good.
Appreciate me. Because once I feel like I'm not appreciated and my brain actually is working in tandem with my vagina and my heart is done.
I saw
It's game over.
something on TikTok. It was like, which probably been said before, but it was a pinned comment, and she said, "People don't realize how hard you ride for them until you put your car in park." And I was just like,
Facts. Fucking facts.
Because we love so hard, when that shit is turned the fuck off, you
They're just
feel like
hey,
a criminal.
How you been?
You
It's
feel
been
like
a while.
piece of shit.
Right.
You feel like you don't matter.
I'm good. What's good with you?
Because that difference is so big. Like,
Right.
it's not even like we're treating you like shit. It's just we're not treating you like the person.
We're not treating
that
you special anymore. And that was
Right.
something that, like,
We here, we twins, we here.
listen, my last little situation,
Listen to this track, bitch.
you know what I'm saying? The situation that hit me with the "do I deserve your kindness?" That whole shit. No,
You didn't.
you didn't.
I think you knew that though. That's why you asked me.
You always knew that. But like even to the very end, like for her birthday, I was gonna do something really fucking special. I don't know why. And I didn't tell you my plans. Like it was just gonna be very thoughtful, you know?
Right.
And it wasn't gonna it was concert tickets,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, but it was something that I was planning on selling, and I
Yeah.
was just like, all right, her birthday's around the corner. I'll just give her the tickets for free. Didn't even acknowledge the fact that I was like, hey, like, hit me when you're free. I want to give you my tickets.
Right.
Didn't even, completely ignored that message. And that's when I was like, oh, fuck this bitch. Like, fuck this bitch. Because now I look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like looking stupid.
Caring about somebody who don't give a shit.
But I mean,
Right.
hindsight is 2020. I understand now that there was a lot happening
Right.
at that time.
Right.
So it wasn't even a personal thing. But like, once that clicks in my brain, my heart and my brain are like working together and actually making sense.
Right.
And we see that you out here making me look stupid for treating you special, then it's a wrap.
Never again.
Never again. Never again.
You
You could be dead. You could be dying in the street, and I will piss on you. Sorry, no, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but like. But yeah.
No, Tiff, just look into the camera. Just look straight into the camera. Just blink twice if you're okay. Just.
I'll piss on you if you're on fire. How about that? I'll piss on you if you're on fire. Because, you know, water is 95%. So, yeah, I'm helping the situation.
I'll call the police for you.
I want.
That's as much as I can do.
That's enough.
And if you black, I'm sorry.
I never want to do it, but I did. Just say that I don't have a better option.
Don't ask me to help you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who call my phone and be like, hey, I can't help you.
Yeah.
Call your other friend.
Yeah.
I think intense love. I think that's the way you put it. I think that's definitely what I'm shooting for. I always.
Just love out loud. Just loudly love on somebody.
I want that kind of love that if I have children and they look at me and my spouse, they go, I want that.
I want
Yes.
that.
Yes, I want them to say "ew" all the time and be like, "But I want that," you know.
I do too.
I want all the good parts of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to be the just because flowers guy. I want to be the random dates and the dancing in the kitchen and the, like all the goody romantic shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking,
And want to make sure to like take the love language test together and understand how to give each other love and all that good
Study
shit.
each other. Like,
Right.
have fun studying your partner. And
My partner don't like to read. It's very difficult to get her to take tests. Because he's taking one and he got the question 4. Stop.
put it in a comic format. And maybe.
That's too much work.
It's like-
I'm gonna just have to read it to him.
Yeah, that's probably.
Would you prefer which of the following?
Why are you fuzzy?
Yeah, it sounds fuzzy.
I hate a fuzz, but I don't know where the
Fuzzy,
fuzz.
fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
I'm soft now.
Oh,
But I guess.
How long is this? Is this a full length episode?
Yeah.
No,
Pretty
we
much
switched
now,
over to
yeah.
a full length.
All right, so
I'm sorry, it was a bar like I'm fuzzy but I'm soft and it was like
fuzzy, but I'm soft. Call me Daddy, bitch. Hey.
Downy bitch, hey.
okay, Downy.
That was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You got
You said it with confidence, too.
one straight bar, bro. One
Yeah,
bar.
as opposed to that one day where I was like,
These are so juicy. Wow, this man is having a full conversation with you. Completely checked out. That shit was some fucking. I was like, what is she doing? Would she not know he's talking to her?
That was a special evening.
That was great.
That we had.
What's happening to me? Hello?
But we are at 55, so we can.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to go, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a tidbit that turned into a full episode.
Yeah, that was a good compliment.
It was a
I'm
good
sorry.
conversation.
We was getting into it.
And it's on Sunday again. And
Guys.
we'll do it on Thursday.
Hella awkward. A black-owned conversation card game.
All right, they're back in my good graces.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they have some
we started
spicy.
the conversation on our own.
Yeah, we was. And then you was like, they got a card for that. And
That's
it's
the card. That was the first one that I pulled. I was like, we're talking about
Yeah,
soulmates.
I didn't see anything I liked, as you can see. I went through all the other cards. But yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
We want to tell you the shit we always tell you, which is be kind to yourself.
Be kind to others.
And continue to be the beautiful motherfucking galaxy that you are.
Better than the Milky Way.
Better than the Milky Way. And little ass nasty candy bars. No, I'm just kidding. The actual galaxy. I hate those sites. But yeah, all that shit.
Follow us on all the things at the Chicken Twins, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yeah, and tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Don't be selfish
Give us
about
5 stars on whatever you are streaming this on. If you hear this episode right now, if you want to be a real fan and get to that gold level membership when we blow up,
Motherfucking yeah.
give us 5 stars, please.
5 stars.
5 stars. Like and share. We need the attention. So, yeah.
Send us money! Okay. Alright, bye guys. Bye!
Bye.
Send me money, bitch!
Honestly,
You know
you can do a
the.
picture on Spotify. You really can.
That's actually dope. You know the money.
That
Dude.
rainy days nigga might give us some money.
No.
Oh, where the money reside? You know he on a reality TV show.
No.
Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money? He on the same network as Jocelyn Hernandez.
Oh,
With Cabaret. Yeah.
Damn, double homicide. Bitch, what? She really said that out loud out her mouth. I'm sure she meant to say that in her head. And she just said it out loud.
Don't you hate when internal thoughts slip out?
My mom did that once and I was like, Mom! She was like, no, I meant to say that inside. I was like, this is what happens at old age. I need to die.
No, I
before I'm old.
understand.